Welcome back, everyone. The stage is set for plenty of in-depth discussions about ideas, politics, journalism, and much more. That's because tomorrow marks the beginning of the Texas Tribune Festival.
The festival is marking its 15th year in downtown Austin, and this time around, people can hear from hundreds of speakers and other guests, including potential presidential candidates, no big deal, national political leaders, and even some well-known comedians. KXAN is proud to be a media partner with the festival this year. And here to talk more about all things about this event is Matthew Watkins. He is the editor-in-chief of the Texas Tribune. Matthew, welcome in. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
We joked in the break saying, I guess this is the calm before the storm, but that may be kind of too much of a stretch at this point. Just looking at the breakdown of the schedule, it's difficult to even know where to begin because of the breadth of issues and people that will be covered during this event. So is that kind of the point of this whole thing?
Yeah, the idea is, we want to bring people from across the country, across the state, here to Texas to interact with our audience, with the people of the state. You get an opportunity to hear from them, see them, a little bit in longer form conversations than you might see, every day, and, ask questions of them yourself. It's a gathering to really talk about our civic life, our politics, and where our country is going.
So you all put a lot of work into planning this, and there's really no way to know when you're building out the schedule what will be going on when the festival actually takes place. So talk about some of the more topical discussions that you think are really going to be impacting what's going on right now.
Yeah, you never know what's going to be in the news, but if you invite a bunch of newsmakers to town, you can be sure that there'll be, something to talk about. So, we know that this time around it's the government shutdown, right? We will have multiple members of Congress from both parties to talk about what happened there. The big news this morning around, Congress releasing some new emails related to Jeffrey Epstein. I am certain that will come up, but also just some of the big picture issues that will be facing the state and the country in the future. Immigration, education, things like that are relevant all the time. We're going to have in-depth, substantive conversations about all those things.
I touched on it a few moments ago, but you can hear potentially from potential presidential candidates coming up. That'll be something we'll be watching, and people can hear from different political leaders, even from other states, are coming here to talk about those who are eyeing perhaps more prominent roles even in office. So who are some of those candidates set to appear during these next few days?
Yeah, so on the national level, you have people like Wes Moore, Amy Klobuchar, Tim Walz, people who you might expect to be running for president in a few years. And then we have more statewide levels. So I'll be sitting down and speaking with James Tallarico, Colin Allred, the two Democratic candidates for U.S. Senate for next year. Jasmine Crockett, who might be running, people are talking about it. She'll also be on our stage. And then you've got, Republican candidates too, the Republican candidates for Attorney General, and other races like that. So a big, wide, local, statewide, everything that you could ask for there.
You guys have been doing this for years, but of course Austin has changed so much, the venue for this festival. So what would you say to folks who maybe have never been, and give us a little bit of insight into the evolution of this fest over the last 15 years?
Yeah, so it started out on the University of Texas campus. It was very state focused, state politicians and things like that, but it has grown more broadly. We're now downtown, so you'll be on Congress Avenue, you'll be in some of the other venues around downtown, walking around, seeing people from the media, from politicians and everything like that. So it has that sort of festival feel where it's not just the conversations, which are great, but also the people you'll meet in line or at various other venues that it's really an idea of bringing people together from all different backgrounds and locations.
I know a lot of people are hearing the things that you're touching on what's on this schedule for this festival. So if they would like to attend, what should they know?
So tribfest.org, you can go there to buy tickets. If you don't want to spend the money on a ticket, we also have what's called Open Congress, which is basically free programming. We close down the area of the Congress right by the Capitol. You can see conversations with nationally recognized chefs, conversations about education, some politicians and other candidates and things like that. So if you don't want to spend the money, you can at least come for that part there.
Really incredible. We know there's a little something for everyone at this festival. Y'all do an incredible job every year. So Matthew, thank you so much for giving us a sneak peek. We know everyone's looking forward to it.
Thank y'all.